how healthy is the job market? We've got some very good news from the government on Friday showing that payrolls have finally retaken their pre-recession peak. This is about a 9 million job round trip we've taken from the peak in 2008 all the way down to the low during the midst of the recession and then back up again. It's not all sunshine and lollipops, however. There's still a number of measures that suggest that households are still suffering and healing from the very deep decline we saw during the recession. If you look at measures such as the employment to population ratio, wage growth, median household income, all these measures are still well below levels that would be considered healthy, and that continues to constrain consumers. We've seen retail sales growth slow down somewhat. But the good news is that the tailwind suggested from Friday's jobs numbers looks like it's set to continue. A growing segment of the economy, I'm talking about sectors like software, information technology, construction, totaling about 25% of the workforce. These companies are saying that they're having a tough time finding workers and that they're planning on increasing wages to attract laborers. So that's a positive sign that we could finally see some positive wage pressure going forward. We've also seen the number of short-term unemployed. Now, this is a measure that economists like to look at as a pool of readily available workers. These are folks that have been unemployed for only about a month or less. They're normally the first ones that companies like to rehire because their skills are fresh. They haven't been sitting around looking for jobs for a while. That number has dropped to levels we haven't seen since the 1970s, which suggests that indeed the labor market is quite tight. Now, the final two metrics I want to really see before we can declare victory for the average family in this recovery is going to be the number of long-term unemployed, which was very high during the midst of the recession and has been coming down quite rapidly, but is still fairly elevated, and we haven't really seen wage growth yet. So if we can see those two things improve, then we'll finally be able to say that middle-class America has healed like we've seen the stock market and corporate profitability heal.